Welcome to Melt. I'm Suresh Venkat. We're coming to you today from Chakan in Maharashtra, specifically from the headquarters of Mercedes-Benz India. The German car maker is having quite a successful year thanks to 10 product launches and strong double-digit growth rates. To know more, we're in conversation with Santosh Iyer, the Managing Director and CEO of Mercedes-Benz India. What does it take to market luxury in today's time? What is the car maker's EV strategy? And how has digital changed the game? Let's find out as we get ready to melt with Santosh Iyer. Santosh Iyer, welcome to Melt. Now, we are meeting on the day that Mercedes-Benz has launched its third electric vehicle in the country, the EQE. Now, this is part of your strategy to bring in 4 new EVs by March 2024, if I'm not mistaken. Do you foresee a time when EVs will dominate your annual launch portfolio?
Yeah, for sure. If you look at our global strategy, we have clearly said that we will go all in on EVs by 2030, wherever market allows. And therefore, India is no exception. So we will definitely be migrating to an all EV portfolio as early, in terms of new launches as early as 26, 27. And the combustion engines will continue. But of course, we are very much committed on this. And the core reason of doing this is not for tailpipe emission, but for achieving carbon neutrality. So we actually have taken a very ambitious target of being carbon neutral by 2039. And we have no other option but to transition to EVs as soon as possible so that we can achieve the bigger goal.
And reports tell us that Mercedes-Benz aims for 25% of car sales in India to be electric in the next 3 years. Now, that's a pretty ambitious target. We must be in the single-digit percent right now?
No, so currently we are at 4 to 5%, I would say, of our sales are EVs. We said 25% in the next 3 to 4 years time frame. The reason of putting a midterm target is to then work towards it. We need to get the right products. We need to localize them. We need to ensure that the customer, is also getting ready for EVs, because there is a lot of education that we need to do when it comes to electric vehicles. A lot of myths surrounding EVs. We have to also work on the charging infrastructure. Till couple of years back, we used to think that charging is the government's responsibility, but it's not the case. We need to take the responsibility along with private players, build up the ecosystem. So only if you have some milestone, we all start working towards it. Whether it will be in 3 years, 4 years or 5 is anybody's guess. But at this stage, we are pretty confident that we should be able to achieve that milestone in 3 to 4 years.
Do EVs need to be marketed in a different way than regular cars?
I think more than marketing, we have to surely create awareness compared to other cars, because as I mentioned, the thing with EVs is people compare electric vehicles to mobile phones. They feel that like how a mobile phone's, by evening the charge goes away, they feel an EV charge also goes away in the evening, irrespective of you drive or not drive. They feel that after the end of 3 or 5 years, a phone is useless because the battery is dead. Similarly, a EV will be dead. It's like something of this sort. And these are myths, because today, the car that we launched today, the EQE, that comes with a 10-year battery warranty with 250,000 kilometers of warranty. Even after that, the car can run for another 5-10 years, because the warranty is just the initial bit. And it is as good or even better than combustion engine cars. So we need, as marketeers, to communicate these benefits. We have to build these use cases and give confidence to the customer that, don't treat it like a mobile phone or a laptop or a other battery device. This battery's chemistry is different, technology is different. And, some of these topics will need a different type of communication also to the market.
Let's talk about the EV consumers. Are they buying EVs for A, because they're concerned about the environment, B, they're concerned about tailpipe emissions, C, lower running cost, or D, the signaling value that I'm a cool guy, I'm driving an EV?
So in our segment, to start with, customers are really have the sustainability mindset to start with that they have. They like to flaunt the green number plate, because that's a very nice thing. It's a very clear thing. You don't need to look at the badge, but you can look at the number plate there. And they are also trendsetters. So they like to be buying things. I'm sure these are the guys who are already bought the latest iPhone Pro 15, 16, whatever can get launched in the market. They will be the first to get in. And they are also opinion leaders. So they are these set of guys who have come. But having said that, for the larger population to come who follow these trendsetters, that takes a bit more effort, a bit more time for them to get convinced and fall into this segment.
Now, Santosh, Mercedes-Benz is having a great 2023 so far. You've also said that the Indian luxury car market will continue to grow in double digits in the coming decade, the quality of our roads notwithstanding. What makes you say this?
I think firstly on the quality of roads. I have been driving in India for the last 25 years. Even when I started early, I used to drive from Bombay to Kerala in an old ambassador that were Maruti. But I have seen the road quality then and the road quality today. And when I go, it's just a sea change. We have to accept the quality of roads have improved. Whether it's as per European Autobahn, maybe no, but I think it's getting there. In many parts, it's even better. And that actually drives, usages of cars for intercity travel. Today, customers for a Bangalore, Chennai or a Bombay, to locations don't use flights. They use cars and they use luxury cars. So that's one part. The second comes from demographics. Today, I have more women buyers buying cars. I have corporate India results being strong, salaried customers getting into buying luxury cars and Mercedes-Benz cars. So this changing demographics combined with better infrastructure is what gives confidence that there will be a consumption for more luxury cars. And then it's also the cultural change. Today you want to reward yourself. You want to spend. Of course, we would like that percentage to be much higher than what it is today. But still, it's changing. And with this changing demographics, changing cultural shift, for sure, the luxury consumption should also grow.
What if you slice the demographic another way, urban versus rural? What differences do you see in marketing luxury products to them?
I think it's interesting. Frankly, there is nothing about rural. We call it tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities based on the population. And if I look at already the tier 1 cities, the penetration of cars to the overall market is 2.5% compared to the 1% overall. So it means that it's a matter of time that even the tier 2, tier 3 consumers start consuming luxury. I went to Raipur recently and I could see a White Crow store selling Hugo Boss to all the labels there, and evening there were customers inside that store. So they have started with apparels. Now watch stores are coming in. We are there in Raipur as a brand. We sell some cars. So I think it's a maturity of the market. It will all follow, of course, the urban market itself. And we should see adoption of luxury even in these markets.
You spoke about two changes. One, more women buyers, and second, more salaried buyers. Typically, the Mercedes-Benz was the hallmark of a successful business person.
Yeah.
Right. I would imagine your customers are also getting younger with time. Exactly. How are you marketing to younger consumers?
I think firstly, younger customers are much more aware using the digital medium. They know about cars, brands, what's getting launched because they are highly exposed. They travel a lot. So today's global brands like us are not dependent on only what we do here, but also what's happening around the world, and because of the exposure level. The second, today what we have to do is more experiences. At this segment, the customer is very mature. The full page ad or maybe the some digital banners or a TV ad is not the influencing factor. What we need to do is give experiences, either like driving experiences, or today we are in this new customer experience center in our home in Pune, wherein we can host events for them. They can go and drive cars on ice and in our blog with their friends. So they need Instagrammable experiences. They need experiences where they can touch and feel the brand. And the entire marketing focus is to drive these experiences like Mercedes Trophy. It's the oldest corporate golfing tournament in India. We have so many young golfers now coming, and so many young women golfers playing their golf, and they're getting there. And what can Mercedes-Benz do to then now take them to the Augusta Masters so that they can go and play in Augusta or in the Open? This is what they want. Experiences which technically money can't buy or very difficult to access. Is the brand helping me to get that experiences? So our way of interacting with the younger TG is more focused on these curating the experiences. Yeah.
Okay. Santosh, can you help us decode the Indian luxury consumer? And I'll qualify this question. You spoke about the fact that the EQE customer is likely to have bought the latest iPhone. This is an enigmatic customer. Can you decode this customer for us?
Every consumer is value conscious. End of the day, and in India, you have this thing about whom can I call to get what. So even now today, I have a lot of my top-end vehicles under huge waiting period. The Maybach 8-9 months. The G-Wagon is not available for 24 months. And it's a who's who is booking these cars and buying. Somehow not that difficult to get through me.
Do they have your number directly? They call you and say?
I get calls. I get WhatsApp if they are polite. And sometimes it's direct calls from every level. And then we explain. That's the only way to explain to them. What used to happen in luxury car market also was they used to go to dealer A, dealer B, and if one guy gets 5,000 rupees more discount, they used to feel unhappy. And they used to write to me saying, on a 3 crore car, forget even 60 lakh. And they used to write to us saying that, hey, this is not right. So what we did is we changed our business model. We are the only luxury brand to do direct to consumer now. We have standard quotations, standard pricing, standard discount, if applicable.
Dealer agnostic.
Dealer agnostic. They can go to any part of India, and all dealers, we converted them as agents. And we actually changed our business model 2 years back. Trust me, it's so successful that even now we have other markets like I had Germany going live with the same model, UK going live with the same model, Turkey, Malaysia, all adopting. Because today for luxury, you need transparent pricing, you need uniform pricing, and this helps residual value of the car and also help the customer to feel I am not cheated. As a brand, today we are able to offer an omni-channel experience because my pricing is standard. And again, the dealers earlier were spending time on discount, negotiations, trying to make money out of service.
Yeah.
Today, we have changed that focus and we have said your only way to get a customer is better customer experience. So, by changing the business model with this new retail of the future format that we call direct to consumer, we have completely changed the narrative on the luxury segment.
And the luxury customers responding well to this, I imagine?
Yes, we had hiccups. First 3 months, they said, you don't know who I am. I have bought 8 cars from you. We said, you have bought. You are still getting a loyalty package or maybe a corporate discount, but it's standard. And the pricing is appropriate for you. Now they have realized, it's 2 years now, I must have sold close to 35,000 cars under this model and people are happy.
And this waiting period that you said of 12 months and 24 months, luxury customers are willing to wait that long?
Yes, if they like something, as I keep quoting Coco Chanel in many interviews, she said, luxury starts where necessity ends. So technically they don't need a G-Wagon to go to their office, but they need a G-Wagon at some point in life.
Well,
and when it comes, it's fine. It's similar to Rolexes and many other things. You are ready to wait, prepare. Maybachs, for example, there's no better alternative. So you wait and you want to enjoy the better things in life. It's also a flaunt value. Now I got this car. They are all on Instagram saying now I've got the delivery finally and it's a big celebration.
Now, Santosh, for most luxury brands, growth is generally perceived to be driven at the entry-level model. This is not the case for Mercedes, is it?
The strength of the brand is seen from the composition and the mix. Today, Mercedes-Benz, 25% of our sales comes from the top end 1 crore plus cars, and that shows the strength of the brand, the desirability of the brand. We are present in the entry-level segment, but I would say we don't have an entry-level model. We have cars, they are fully equipped. I won't call it, they may be more expensive than some of the peer group, which are also good cars maybe, but end of the day, there is a clear positioning of the brand, of the price of the car and the model. So, and it's also a signal when you buy a Mercedes-Benz versus any other nameplates. So, we would like to maintain that, we would like to keep it, we offer more value in terms of equipment, but we have no strategy to bring down the price at a cheaper price point and try to create market share or increase volumes. Volumes is an outcome of what we do. It's not the strategy to grow and be the number one by selling more. I think for us, the key KPI is customer experience and satisfaction.
And this sales pattern of core and top-end vehicles driving growth, do you see this continuing?
As of now, yeah, that's a strategy not only in India but globally. I think the kind of products we have at these segments are outstanding. That supports our strategy and our vision. At the same time, we care for even the entry-level customers. We have a huge, in fact, 15-20% of our sales, 15% comes from the entry-level customers. And they are really, they value the brand. They value the relationship. They have been dreaming about owning a Mercedes-Benz. Many a times, our S-Class customer also buys these cars for their daughter, their son in the family. So, I think the portfolio is there, but it's not a price warrior portfolio. It's a portfolio which is fully equipped, decent cars, and at fixed pricing.
Much more than decent cars, I imagine. How do sales trends affect your product portfolio? How do they impact your mix of what you decide to either introduce or withdraw?
Today, we are fortunate to have a local production plant. We make 14 cars in India. Only 3% of my sales are CBUs. 97% is locally produced in our factory in Chakan. It gives a lot of flexibility. Our plant can actually make combustion engines, EVs. They can shift from SUV to sedans. They can shift from petrols to diesel. And this flexibility offers us to, change the mix based on the market demands. Of course, there is a lead time of 6 odd months, but we are able to manage it. The direct to consumer model gives us early insight because we already know who is inquiring what before even they purchase the car. And based on that, we are able to influence our mix looking into the future.
The festive season is upon us. Does the festive season Does it still mean big buying season, big advertising season, big sales season for you?
No, sure. Our customers are also believe in auspicious days, auspicious deliveries. Car is a big ticket purchase. It's a very personal
Auspicious
purchase.
numbers
As well, number plates as well. So they want to buy. The difference is many of them have already planned their festive purchase in May, June, even end of last year, because they know if the delivery period is 8-9 months, I need in Diwali, I need to book. So that maturity has come.
So that's how they're dealing with these long waiting
Well,
periods.
long waiting periods. On the other hand, we also have increased production on some of our sedans. They are available with certain finance options and EMIs. And here again, customers, are in the market. We see a very strong potential demand right now also for these cars. So last year was the best ever year, best ever festive period. Hopefully, with this current trend, we can say this should be another best ever year and best ever festive.
And with the markets touching historic highs, I imagine good times are ahead for you.
Sure, yes.
Santosh, you've also said in previous interviews that your agenda is to build the most desirable brand in India in the luxury space. What gives wings to this ambition?
I think it's a clear corporate strategy which I am trying to fulfill even for the Indian market. Desirability helps us to ensure that the residual value of our cars are great, our customers love us, and in the long run, we are able to command a clear position in this market from a brand positioning. And here, that's why we will not make strategies based on sales growth. I think sales is an outcome of what we do on the brand side. We are a luxury brand and we need to remember that. Therefore, if we find stress on certain segments, we withdraw from that segment rather than participating and further discounting in those segments, because I think we need to maintain the value of our cars and the brand both.
All right. Once again, wearing your marketing hat, Santosh, we saw recently full-page brand-building ads in the pink papers by Mercedes-Benz India. How do you view print as a medium?
I think print is very much alive, and there is a sense of immediacy when you look at print. Print has a role to play. When I look at marketing mix, and this is what I keep telling our sales and marketing team, our job is to orchestrate the journey using the mediums. And all mediums have their own strength and their own weaknesses. You need to know where to play what. It's like a wardrobe. You can have suits, you can have also pajamas, and you need all. So print, TV, digital, you cannot be agnostic. You have to see how do you orchestrate by using what medium. For us, the print definitely leads in creating awareness instantly, because there is a set of uniformity with print that you don't find with some mediums. TV has a storytelling role to play. Digital has a recall role to play. So each medium, if you use it correctly and orchestrate it, I think you get a multiplier, which is not a new thinking. It's an old school, but I still feel the multiplier effect comes with a smart usage of multiple mediums.
Reports also tell us that 15% approximately of your sales happen online.
Yes.
How are people buying luxury cars online? I mean, that baffles me to start with.
Our strength is the new direct-to-consumer model. With this direct-to-consumer model, they know that the price is standard, discount is standard, car availability is the same. I go online, I go offline.
Or I text Santosh Iyer and say,
same, absolutely. They can go anywhere, it's going to be the same. So with this, they try, sometimes they start their journey in the dealership, but many of them come back in the evening, they just book the car because they also want to book fast so that they don't lose, because we show win-wise visibility in our online store. So for me, success of online lies in transparency. If you are transparent online and they feel that, okay, I can book and I can keep it, also convenience, I can cancel also, full money back to my account, and that's something the e-commerce has taught us a lot. How transparent you can be will help you to sell more. So today 15% happens online, we are happy with it. Again, no target. A lot of people say, is your target to do 30%? I said, why? It can be zero. It can, for me, online store is a convenience tool for the customer to book the car of his choice at the time of his choice with the full convenience of payment methods. But it is not a target again that we have to push them for online sales.
I'm going to change gears a little bit and talk about technology. You've also said that you see Mercedes-Benz as a software company. Many car makers have say this, that the amount of software that goes into the car is now rivaling the amount of hardware that goes into the car.
Yeah.
How does one recast a legacy company like Mercedes as a software company?
No, that's a big challenge for us as the leadership team. Clearly, our CEO and the board, Ola Kalinius also says that there's a challenge in Germany, it's a challenge in markets.
And across automakers,
and across automakers. But specifically for Mercedes-Benz, because we invented the car, we continue to invent it and we want to reinvent it, right? So we are not giving up as anybody else, and you can see that in the products, in the technology. If you see even in the EV space, the longest range cars are with Mercedes-Benz. If you look at autonomous, which is the next big trend, we are the only automotive manufacturer in the world to have a level 3 autonomous certified in the US, and our cars are flying on public roads. So we are in the cutting edge, even being a 138-year-old company. Now, how do we keep it forward? So software for sure is one, but then we said we go into our own operating system. And here we again see that consumers generally like to remain in an operating system.
Yeah.
And this is from the Android to the iOS examples that we see. And therefore, we are creating a cutting edge operating system. I had a privilege to have a sneak peek. I was blown away with what's going to come up on the operating system side. And that keeps our customers in an ecosystem.
What's a big driver to?
It's a big driver to keep them. And this is again a loyalty. You know, gone are those days of loyalty retention programs. But today, if you have an operating system where so the Google map that you operate on your phone or somewhere else, but the same Google map on a Mercedes-Benz car will give you a different user experience because of my operating system. And that's something that we are wanting to achieve very fast. It's all coming in next 12, 24, 36 months. And we are deploying it in the market.
So Mercedes-Benz, the tech company.
Yes.
Have your customers warmed up to the idea of connected cars and cars as a service and subscriptions?
On the connected cars, today I have around 70,000 cars connected in India already. They all have SIM card connectivity connected to the apps. But when you look at the usage, it's minimal. They use the app for opening or closing the door, and they are not using it actively. It's
putting
also
on the AC remotely.
Yeah. Some of them program the car so that in the morning the air conditioning is on, but geofencing, etc., is not there. So then we said, what do we do to further harness that? So with the consent of the customer, today we are able to do telediagnosis. We are able to predictive diagnosis and ensure the parts are ready when the car is already coming to the workshop. So we are trying to ensure we use technology and data to help the customer rather than just fiddling on the app or using some of these features. The other frontier is Car2X, where car is communicating to another car. So if there is a pothole, A car will already tell the B car. So by the time and it's in India already. We have that in the C class, in the S class, in the EQE, and
cars warn each other of
pending
potholes.
So speed bumps and the potholes are all going into the cloud, saved for 24 odd hours. And if there is another car passing by the same road, the cloud gives the communication to the car. So we are just in the cutting edge of many technologies like this. And we will continue to innovate to ensure. So connected cars, I think, definitely will help in these areas. Coming to subscription, the services are on, but we are coming to a model similar to Netflix, subscription. You want it for a day, you want it for a month, you want it for a year, and on demand. But this is yet to catch up. We are still very nascent on this stage in India. So yeah, we are working on it at this time.
Okay. Santosh Iyer of Mercedes-Benz India, thank you for talking to Melt.
Thanks a lot for joining us. Thank you. Pleasure.
And with that, it's a wrap on this episode. You can follow Melt on social media. The handle is Ready to Melt, or simply log on to readytomelt.com. If you'd like to follow me, I'm @Suvenk on Twitter. Till next week, goodbye and thanks for watching.